and Digimon, and this is my partner.
And I'm Digi-Dudes!
And I'm Billiam, and we are the Digi-Dudes! Alright guys, so today's episode is about my favorite VPet, the Pendulums. And we're talking about all of them! So, before we get really into the pendulum part, let's do our squad updates and all the updates of what we got going on with us. So, Digi-Dude, what new cool thing did you get?
I got a new Digimon card from the Digimon card game!
Yep, I had done a trade online for the flower cannons I needed to finish my deck. So now my deck is done and I'm ready to start playing the game again. But as part of the trade, I got a bunch of commons, uncommons, and rares that I just wanted for my collection, just Digimon in particular that I liked. And I got the Lady Devimon card for Digi-Dude because I knew he really wanted it. He's been talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
Seeing that card. Yeah. So with that, let's get into the squad update. As some of you guys might have noticed there on Instagram, my Vital Bracelet, I Digivolved to the super awesome, the super cool,
the one and only Shroudmon!
Again, I can't get my GoPro to focus very well on this here, but we'll put up a picture of Shroudmon over here. The dude is epic. He is awesome. Hands down, in my opinion, the best Digimon on the Impulse City Dim.
Yes, me too!
If you guys disagree, fight me. The battles are going to be opening up soon on the app at the end of the month. They said they're supposed to be doing updates and releasing battles. So if you disagree and you think there's a better Digimon on the Impulse City Dim than Shroudmon, fight my Shroudmon. That's what I got to say.
The funny Shroudmon!
And speaking of Instagram there, you guys might have noticed we changed our little image there up to this super cool one. This was actually made by a friend of ours, Virgil, or Trailmon on Instagram there. He made this for us. It looks super awesome.
What was it again?
It's the Pico Devimon there with Devimon's symbol on the chest and the, was it Crest of Love and the Crest of Friendship on there for me and you?
Yeah, and the one with the Pico Devimon holding the dummy darts.
Exactly. It looks super awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're super appreciative of you making this for us. He also did a super cool one for Alex, the 9th Digidestin. And overall, he's just a super awesome, nice guy. So I definitely recommend checking out his Instagram once again, right here. And he posts a lot of great VPet stuff there, which we love. So let's finish up the squad update with a pendulum. I started up my brand new Nature Spirit Pendulum. This is the version 1, 1999. Was a Nature Spirit Pendulum. It's brand new to me, as you guys know. It's quite old. But I currently have Tortamon going here. And I am loving the pendulums. They have always been my favorite device. Out of all the VPets, the pendulums is where it's at for me. I am trying to actively collect all of the original pendulums, and then I'm going to move on to the Pendulum Zs, finishing out the ones I don't have yet, because I only have the Nightmare Soldier and Winged Guardians right now.
And then the 0.5s of the pendulums, and then the 20ths.
Yes, that is the order. And then also the Progress, too, which are super rare and super hard to find. Another good friend of mine actually sent me the Nightmare Soldier Pendulum and the Deep Saver Pendulum real recently, which I am super appreciative of. It's absolutely amazing. When I found out that he had sent them, when I got them, I was just blown away and absolutely speechless. I stayed up all night out of excitement. I started the Nightmare Soldier one immediately. I just couldn't wait. It's even the same Nightmare Soldier that matches my new tattoo here. It's the blackened buttons on the red shell there. I was so amazed by it. Again, I'm still speechless. I don't know what to say, bro. Thank you again. That was super, super nice of you and super kind. The Nightmare Soldier one did have sun damage on the screen, which I knew about already because he had told me that it did. I'll put it up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's that black spot there on top of the Tapirmon. So I opened up my Nightmare Soldier, which I have right here. Let's turn on the light so we can see a little better. I had opened up the Nightmare Soldier to fix the black spot, and I had realized right here that the pendulum had been repaired at some point in time, and that when I opened it up, it kind of fell apart, the repair. So since I have it all apart, what I'm going to do is going to clean all the connections on there where the batteries go and everything, because that's always really important when you get one of these old pendulums there, just to kind of clean them up a bit if you have the skill set, if you're confident enough in yourself to open it up and get in there and clean them. It's always really good for them, keeps them working longer, lasting longer life on them there. So it's just good care and maintenance for your Vpets. It's good to do it with any one of the old Vpets when you get them in. So I've got a lot of work to do on this, and because it is one of my favorite devices with my partner Digimon on it in the color that I always wanted, I'm going to put the time, the care in this, and try to get this thing back up to 100% again. I've got to repair that screen. I've got to repair the pendulum on it, clean the connections. It's a lot of work. So let's get into what makes the pendulums different than the DMs. So what do you think what makes the pendulum, the big defining factor, besides the general look, what makes a pendulum different than a DM, Debbie Dude?
It is the pendulum inside.
Exactly. It's the little pendulum inside the device that actually makes it the pendulum device. If you can see it here, it's this little hammer part here that smacks against this little diode here. And when you shake it, that's what's actually happening there. And what it's doing is counting. It's counting the amount of shakes. Because different Digimon on the different pendulums there require different amount of shakes to get their attacks in, or their mega hit if you get the perfect one. And that's one of the things I love about the pendulums, is that you got to learn and know what each Digimon's amount of shakes are, which one is the perfect one for them. Like, for instance, I know Pinocchiomon, or Puppetmon for the dub, takes 8 shakes to get his mega hit.
8?
8, exactly.
How you're gonna even get 8 shakes in time?
You get pretty good at it after a while. Daddy's got it down. So when you're actually shaking it, that noise you're hearing is the little hammer in there hitting and making the clicking noise.
Click, 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 click.
Exactly. So, and another thing that makes the pendulums different than the DMs is that the pendulums all take place on the server continent. And each pendulum is supposed to be a different field on the server continent with a different type of Digimon on there.
Like the Nightmare Soldier is mostly the evil and dark Digimon.
Yup, evil and spooky Digimon. And the Winged Guardians are plant and flying type Digimon. You have the Nature Spirit, which are insect and beast type Digimon.
And we have the Deep Savers, who is called Digimon I forget his name. He's like that snowman Digimon.
Frigimon.
Frigimon!
Yeah.
Like Frigimon.
So, they all came out in waves. They came out in 3 devices at a time, and the original wave being the Nature Spirit is the version 1.
Nightmare Soldier.
Nope, not yet. Then it came out with the Deep Saver as version 2, and then Nightmare Soldier as version 3. Then they came out with the second wave of them, with the Winged Guardians as version 4, Metal Empire as the version 5, and then the Virus Buster as version 6. Eventually, they came out with a Dragon's Roar one.
A Dragon's Roar?
Yup, a Dragon's Roar one later. And then they've recently remade and updated the Pendulums with the Pendulum Zs.
A Pendulum Z.
Which a lot of you guys know about because they're brand new. A lot of people have them. They're really easy to get right now. I've got the Nightmare Soldier and the Wing Guardians one.
I have Nightmare Soldier.
No, you don't have a pendulum yet. You want one, don't you, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the current one I want is the Z because I can get near Devamon and Don Devamon.
Yup. With the new pendulums coming out, they've added a lot of new Digimon to them. Certain pendulums have a lot more new Digimon than other ones did. Like, for instance, the Nightmare Soldier only got Ghostmon and Dundevamon as brand new Digimon, while the Wing Guardians one got a whole bunch of new ones. Same thing with the Deep Sabers. They got a whole bunch of new Digimon on those ones. Another awesome thing that the pendulums do that the DMs do not is jogressing, where you can combine your Digimon on your device with another Digimon from another device there to make an all-new one. Which is a fun and great aspect to it. It's another reason why I like them so much. Some of the newer DMs had started to add this to it, like the 20ths do it, to a certain couple of Digimon can do it, and on the DMX3s, you can do it with Jesmon and Gankumon there.
What'd be funny if, like, on the pendulum, when they fuse, they go like, it's like the fusion dance.
Like the fusion dance, but they go jogress.
Ha!
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, jogress. Ha!
So jogressing is a really awesome feature that they added to the pendulums. I really like it a lot, especially for the old ones, because they have a lot of little nuances and things that makes it hard to actually get your evolutions. It's super easy to get an evolution fail, even if you do everything right on them. And the jogressing gives you another way to move on to the next evolution, even though if you got an evolution fail for some reason.
Yeah, jogressing is actually, like, if you get, like, a evolution fail, you could just try jogressing instead.
Yeah. So speaking of jogressing, I think it'd be fun to jogress my Tortamon here.
I thought he's only a rookie.
No, Tortamon is adult level. So I'm going to use the Acom Wiki app right now because it's the only VPET I have going. So I don't have anybody else I can jogress them with. So I'm going to use the Acom Wiki app. So we'll go and we're going to jogress with a Kuwagumon, it says.
A Kuwagumon? I'm going to jogress with jogress your Digimon with a Devamon.
I don't have that as an option here.
Okay, Wizardmon.
Okay. So let's see who we get. Actually, I know who I'm going to get. Piximon!
Pixelmon!
Piximon is a super cute Digimon.
His name's
So, yeah.
Pixelmon.
Jogressing is a fun and awesome aspect that the pendulums have that I really enjoyed. With the new Pendulum Zs, though, you don't need to have another device, actually. You can raise and save a Digimon on the device itself, and then jogress the two Digimon you've already raised together to make one new Digimon. So one thing, though, with the old ones, I'll say, is that it has your DP, your Digimon Power bar on there, which I'll show here.
Daddy?
And as you can see, mine is empty because it needs to be full all the ways in order to jogress. And then once you do jogress, it uses up all your Digimon's energy. With the new Pendulum Zs, though, it doesn't have that. And you can honestly jogress. Once you hit adult level, you can jogress immediately into perfect level and then jogress again immediately into ultimate level if you wanted on those devices. So if you guys are looking into getting into a pendulum, I highly recommend picking up one of the Pendulum Zs. Honestly, any one of them would be super cool and super good. It really just depends on what your personal preference is. What types of Digimon do you like? Do you like some of the darker, spookier Digimon like we do?
Yeah.
If you like aquatic Digimon, if you like the Virus Busters, the hero Digimon there.
The hero Digimon.
The older Pendulums are very hard to get. They were made over 20 years ago. They are very expensive, and taking care of them can be very difficult. They are very finicky. They go by a percentage for your evolutions, and there's little things you can do throughout the device to increase that percentage, but it pretty much maxes out at 60%. If you do everything right the way you're supposed to, you only have a 60% chance of digivolving. So even though you take perfect care of your Digimon, you still might not get that evolution you want, which can be kind of disappointing, but super gratifying though when you do get that Digimon you want. And the Pendulum Zs are basically a modern version of them, yes, but it's basically a DMX. It's everything that everybody loved about the DMX brought into a Pendulum format.
What's a DMX?
You know what the DMXs are? You have the DMX2 with your purple device.
Oh, I thought the DMX was actually just called the Digimon X.
It stands for Digital Monster X. The Pendulum Zs have a lot of awesome features that have been updated that we've all loved in the past with those devices and been brought into that one.
Close-ups.
Like the Digimon close-ups for their attacks. Those are super cool and super great.
And it's also really great because they are Neo-Devimon and Dawn-Devimon. And they actually have a whole Devimon evolution. Devimon, Neo-Devimon, and then Dawn-Devimon.
They do, yes. With that, we didn't go into every single thing about the Pendulum. There are still a lot of stuff I can talk about. I love Pendulums. I could talk about them for days, honestly. I could talk about Digimon for days. But the Pendulums in particular. In my opinion, the Pendulums are some of the best Digimon products they have made. The rosters on them are great. All the features were, at least when they originally came out, were all new and innovative for the time. None of the other Digimon have had those features there. And they continued that with the Z too. There are other Pendulums out there, like the version 20ths, which are just like the DM 20ths, where it's versions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all on one device, while the Pendulum 20ths are the same concept. It's got versions 1, 2, and 3 on one of them, and then 4, 5, and 6 on the other one there, with adding some new evolutions on there, like they did with the DM 20ths. They also have the Pendulum Progress, which is another version of the Pendulum. One day I would like to own one, but they are very rare to begin with, and then even rarer now, much later, many years later, and they have become very expensive because of it. But they are super cool devices. If you guys have an opportunity to pick one up, I highly suggest it, and definitely check them out if you see them around. So with that, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys like the Pendulum? Do you prefer the DM? Is there another one? Because those aren't the only two types of Vpets Digimon's made. There's been tons of different Vpets.
Like there's the DMX.
DMX is a DM. It's just a different version of it. But there is like the D-Cyber here, which is a Vpet. So I want to know from you guys.
Or like the Vibrace.
Or like the new Vital Bracelet. Yes. I want to know from you guys which ones are your favorites. Let's start a conversation. Let's talk about it. Tell me what you think and why it's your favorite. And if the Pendulum is your favorite, please talk to me and tell me which one it is. I'd have to say, honestly, it's a toss-up between the Nightmare Soldier for me and the Wing Guardians. The Wing Guardians always holds a special spot in my heart. This was the device that I had as a kid. This actually isn't the one. It's actually when I got back into Digimon V-Petting. It is the first Pendulum I picked up because I wanted to have the same exact one I had as a child. It's the same color one and everything.
So
And it's the one I played the most, and it's the one that I know the best.
Daddy?
Yes.
But you can't decide if that one's your favorite or this one.
Exactly. Both of them have my partner Digimon on it. In my Ideal Evolution line, it goes Pico Devimon to Wizardmon to Woromonzimon to Pinocchiomon.
And mine is Pico Devimon, Loosemon, Chaos Mode.
That's a super cool evolution line. So with that, if you guys like this video, make sure you Giga Blast that like button.
And touch of evil the subscribe button.
If you want to see more from us and more Digimon content, also follow us on Instagram. We're super active there. I love talking to you guys and chatting with you guys on Instagram. And we post new videos every Friday. So you guys have a Digi-tastic day.
Have a pendulum-tastic day.